All right. Hi, everybody. My name's Talia Shirkwist, and I'm going to show you how I do the raindrop technique with my kids. I'm sharing this with you knowing that you are the caregiver of your children and that you are going to make the best decisions for your child as you are the expert on your child, their needs, their issues, how comfortable they are with essential oils. I'm trusting that you're using Young Living essential oils. I wouldn't use any other kind, and especially in this capacity with my children. So my kids have been around essential oils, Young Living, for over 3 years, and for the past 3 years, they've had oils internally, in the diffuser around them, and topically on them. We've probably been doing the raindrop technique with them for over 2 years now. So you can learn the full technique. So I'm also going into this training trusting that you will look up the essential oils involved in the raindrop technique. You will look up how to do the raindrop technique in its full capacity. So you can do that from YouTube, looking at Young Living's website, Young Living's YouTube channel. You can even see Gary Young teaching the technique. But I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet because we don't have a lot of time when we have little kids. So first things is I also, again, you are the expert on your child. You need to make the best decisions for your child. That I am strictly sharing what I do and what I'm comfortable doing with my kids, okay? So I am not a doctor. I am not prescribing. I'm not advising. I am simply sharing what I do, okay? So first of all, depending on the size of your child, if they're newborn, little babies, more sensitive, premature, special needs, any of those things, you really need to take that into consideration. Are they new to oils? I mean, they could be special needs, but have been around oils for a really long time, so that's going to be a different factor. You have to figure this stuff out. But for the littles or super sensitives, that kind of a thing, you can do the most basic raindrop technique that I can think of would be simply to use OrthoSport massage oil on them in one way or another. This has the majority of the Young Living essential oils for the raindrop technique in it already, plus it has carrier oils. So definitely look at the ingredients if you have sensitive kids, so you can also know if there's any allergens in here, because there are carrier oils. It's not straight pure oils. What you can do on your own is you can get a roller bottle like this just from Amazon or anywhere, or take an empty 15 milliliter bottle and put a roller lid on top, either one. And you can put your raindrop oils in here, maybe 5 drops each, and then fill it with the carrier oil of your choice. That way you have more control over what exactly is going on your baby's body, especially if they have any sensitivities, okay? So with doing that, the most basic thing, I have to look at the camera. It's weird though. Okay. The most basic thing you could do is just to get these oils on and rub them on their feet. Okay, that's probably the least invasive method of trying this out on your kids to see what works for them. As you get to know your kids and their relationship with these oils, and as they detox and clean themselves out, and as your lives improve by detoxing your home, detoxing your personal care products, eating healthier, using these oils, using these supplements, and just like rebuilding your system and supporting your system, things will get easier for you, and their response to the raindrop technique will be a lot better. They'll be able to use more of the oils. So, may I have your feet, madame? Okay. So the feet have some really great points on them. You can look in your pocket guide and see all of these little wonderful spots on here. They have their digestive system is in here, their heart and their lungs are here, their sinuses are up here, their ears, nose, and brain are here. So make sure you're looking up in your pocket reference guide how important the feet are, because these beautiful little feet that you love so much give you so much access to their internal organs and to their whole system. And then also, along here is the spine of their body. It represents the spine, so it gives you access. This is along the arch of the foot, right along the edge. This gives you access to their spine without actually touching their spine. It gives you access to their heart without actually touching their heart. So, hey, Livia, can you tell her, click on the link in the event. Thanks. So some kids are super ticklish. The little babies, you're just putting the oils on your hand and you're rubbing it right there, and you're knowing that the oils are getting into their body, just like you're probably already doing thieves and all sorts of other oils, just getting it on into their system, right? So kind of the next step up from there would be to do the VitaFlex technique. The VitaFlex technique is a technique that's going to stimulate the electrical frequency in their body. And you can do that. So our bodies are all electric, like that. We're just little balls of neurons and energy and little just balls of electricity, and that's how everything is like moved through us. So sometimes our electronics can get a little stuck or blocked, and being able to stimulate that frequency and being able to kind of wake the system up and stimulate it can be a really, really good, rejuvenation for your health. So the VitaFlex technique, okay, first of all, I'm sorry the lighting is not that great. You can't have any nails, otherwise you will tickle them to death and it will turn into a tickle party. So no nails all the way down. And if you're new to the oils, you might want to have cut them a little bit prior so that your fresh skin has some time to get used to sensation. Because, I mean, I'm about to put oregano and thyme and some, warmer, spicier oils directly onto my fingertips. So it's good to prepare yourself that way. But what you'll do is you do pad, tip, nail. So if this is going to be her foot, I'm going to go pad, tip, nail. Pad, tip, nail. And I am pushing. Push, push, kind of push and pull almost. Okay? So it just becomes this rhythm. Pad, tip, nail. Pad, tip, nail. Pad, tip, nail. And you'll be moving up the foot. Pad, tip, nail. Pad, tip, nail. So starting at the base of the spine, down here, you're going to grab from the external side, and you just kind of pad, tip, nail, and then up. Pad, tip, nail, up. Pad, tip, nail, and up. Pad, tip, nail, and up. Pad, tip, nail. And so I'm doing this fast. Okay, that's how fast, and you do it 3 times if you can. Like, again, you're gonna have to find out what works with it. This might kill your kid right here. Like, this might just make it a big old tickle factory. But Adina's had this a couple of times. I just trimmed my nails, and she knows we're on video, so she's probably being more patient with me. Get all the way up to the tippy top to the toe each time. I know I didn't do that right now. Each time, and you just go 1, 2, 3. So you're activating the brain frequencies as well. Okay, so that's the VitaFlex. So at a minimum, you're getting the oils on. Second level might be to do the VitaFlex just a little bit. Maybe roll the roller bottle with all those oils on at one time, and then just VitaFlex up the foot, as much as you can.
Mom,
Where are you going with that?
you don't have any oils on.
I know, I don't have any oils on yet. I'm just kind of introducing like the steps of doing Raindrop with kids, because they have to be flexible. You probably have more than one child at home, and each child can handle different things. So you would do VitaFlex on this side, and then opposite hand, standing up or whatever, wherever you are on the couch, going up. 1, 2, 3. Dink, 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 dink. 1, 2, 3. pad, tip, nail, pad, tip, nail, pad, tip, nail. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that you would be doing with the oils. Now, please know, just for future reference, there is a lot more you can do with the Vitae technique to stimulate different organs. There's different patterns you can do on the foot for them or for yourself or for your partner or any adult that you know of. There's ways to go across and stimulate the lungs, to stimulate the digestive system using that same pad, tip, nail.
Woo.
Nope, pull it.
Oh.
So that's something that you can do with them. But then let's see. Then the next level would be to try and go into doing the full raindrop technique or a version of that. If you have a child that can lay and be still, or they're sleeping, or they're watching TV, or they're just able to be calm for a little bit, you can go right into establishing energy with them. So that's going to be with the first oil in the kit. The first oil in the kit is Valor, and it smells delicious if you haven't smelled it. Do you want to do her shoulders? Okay. So I have an assistant, a lovely assistant here, and you guys can't see me, a lovely assistant here. Her name is Olivia. She's 8.5, and she loves the raindrop. So we're going to establish energy with Adina. So Olivia is, and then you would, if it's just one person, you would start at the feet, establish energy, and then come and establish energy at the shoulders. So I'm going to give Olivia a couple drops of Valor. And I'm going to take a couple drops, so we just get to team up on this, but otherwise I would do each one on its own. Just rolling it around, and then I'm grabbing this foot and this foot. So I'm doing opposites, and I'm just going to stand here. Now you would do this also with an adult. Hi, sorry. You would do this also with an adult, but you're basically holding the foot, just like almost just being there. I have the oils all over my hands, and I'm just holding, and this is a quiet time when you're just establishing energy with your patient, your client, your child, your husband, whoever it might be. You're feeling, if they're patient enough, you're feeling for a shift in energy, and that can come in many different forms, but you'll know it. It can take up to 5 minutes, so have patience. We won't wait 5 minutes for it, but it can feel kind of like a tingling sensation. It can feel, you might feel like more of a pulsing. You might kind of feel like you're swaying or you're more fluid, but you'll feel something, and that's the energy shift. That's the like, okay, we're ready to connect. We're connected, and we're going to be able to work on each other. Which reminds me, as a mother doing this to my children, I also have a lot of stuff, and we have a very, very deep and tight relationship. So having white Angelica on me might be a really good thing, because if I've got any stuff going on, since we're already super connected as a mother and daughter, putting white Angelica over me can help protect them and me from any interaction in the energetic field, because I want this to be all about Adina. I want to just allow her body to feel and heal and take the time to rejuvenate. And if I've got any of my parental issues going on, that can jeopardize some stuff. So white Angelica is great for all mothers in general, but also a really good thing to do before you go into a raindrop for anybody. Okay, so then I would go through.
Mommy, also look at the other camera.
That camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually filming.
So I have all of the oils from the raindrop technique here. Okay. I'm not going to open that box, because you can go onto the website and look them all up and see all of your oils.
17 minutes.
17 minutes? Okay. I really want to move fast, because I know we don't have a lot of time.
This thing's hot, so.
All right. So we already did Valor. We established connection with Valor.
Can I help more?
Yeah, I'll find something for you, baby. Then you always have to be flexible. Very flexible, especially when there's more than one child around, right? So the first oil is going to be oregano that I would do, and I would go through each oil in the kit. Again, if my child can lay here and be still, I'm going to go through all, I think there's like 8 oils here that I would do. So I would take oregano, and get, since she's small, I could take 1 to 2 drops. If she was an adult, I'd probably be doing 3 drops. And then I'm going to be dipping my fingertips into that oil, kind of circling a little bit. And then I'm going to Vitaflex the oregano onto her foot. So starting at the bottom, pad, tip, nail, pad, tip, nail, pad, tip, nail, all the way up. And the head, bunk, bunk, bunk. More oil, pad, tip, nail, all the way up. So again, this might not be something that you and your kids can do yet because they're wiggle worms and not able to stay in this position. But my kids, they love it now, and they ask for the raindrop. So then I'll take the rest of my oregano and put it here. Now, especially if your kids are new to oils, I have oregano on this hand, and I'm now touching the top of her foot. So be aware that oregano is a very hot oil and can create stimulation that people don't enjoy. So, but my kids are, again, they're used to it. They're very clean because their oils have had 3 years of good work in their body. So it's probably not going to hurt her, but I do have, or bother her, but I do have the V6 carrier oil right next to me. Okay, so now I'm coming over, and this is just super awkward because I'm like squeezed into this small room, but I would be on the other side, and I would be going pad, tip, nail, all the way up. Do we get to see Kelly? She joined us. So 3 times, and head. Okay, and then I'm rubbing the rest of the oil in there. Okay, so that's what I would do. I would go through each oil on the feet. That is a wonderful, wonderful thing to be able to do even for yourself. Even just to be able to get all of those oils on your feet and then you're done. Like that, the Vitaflex of the raindrop oils on your feet is a really, really great thing. What I'm going to do, since instead of having you guys sit here and watch me do all 8 of these oils on her feet, I'm going to skip ahead to when she flips over and I work on her back. Okay?
Mommy, don't I have to go? Because this is where the head goes.
Yes. So you're flipping over.
Hey! Hey!
Take your shirt off. Let's see, what else can I tell you while we're waiting for our little model to get up here. If you don't have a raindrop table, it's not a raindrop table, it's a massage table. If you don't have a massage table, you know, the couch is fine, the bed is fine, when they're sitting up watching TV is fine. Like any way you can get this in them is great. You know, they are so much more sensitive. The younger they are, they're going to be even more sensitive. So again, watch this video from the beginning if you're just tuning in, starting out with something with a carrier oil or making sure you have carrier oil. When I first started with them, I would put the V6, which is a carrier oil, which we're fine with. Pick something that you know is good for your kid's skin. And I would squirt it on their back first before I applied any oils, because I didn't know what oregano, a very hot oil, was going to do for their skin. Once I got to know what, how their body was responding to the oils, then I was able to move straight into not putting the V6 down first. So now I'm going to awkwardly come over here. Maybe I'll stay down. You start on the base of the spine here, and then I'm gonna look at the curvature of her spine, because I don't want any oils dripping down into her neck, because your neck is way more sensitive. I've had that experience. I've had the oils come along my neck and it doesn't feel good. So I'm gonna keep the oils up closer on the main part of her back. So I would just drop 1 to 2 drops of oil. This is oregano on her back. Blah, blah, blah. And then it's called finger feather stroking. So it's just lightly moving the oils along the back. So I'm like barely, well, then you're getting oregano on your fingertips. So you're welcome to it, but you have to know.
That's not as hot.
Yeah, there's other ones. So I'm just lightly touching her and feather stroking it up. okay? The full technique goes a lot longer than this, and you also going out, that sort of thing. Look up the full technique if your child is older or you want to learn how to do this with other people, okay? Then you just go to the next one, and I have my cheat sheet because I never really remember. Time. I'm just going to do one drop right now. Feather stroke time.
Can I use wintergreen for?
You can, yeah, basil's next. You can do basil.
Wait, it doesn't burn. You can touch your eyes.
Oh, well, any oil in your eye is going to hurt.
This.
Don't, yeah, use your fingers. Okay, so I am seeing her, you might even be able to see it there. I am seeing her,
oh yeah, you can.
her back getting a little red, but so all I'm going to do with that information is check in with her and say, how you doing, honey? And she's asleep already.
No, she's not.
So I'm going to keep communicating with her, just watching her behavior to find out how that's feeling, because I have seen a lot of backs get red. What that means is there's circulation coming to the surface, and that's a wonderful thing. I'm stimulating her body with these oils, and these oils are going into her body. So I am just watching and listening for any indication that I might need to add some carrier oil or move along faster, that sort of thing. But she's doing fine. The oils are doing their wonderful work. Are you going to do basil?
Yeah.
Okay. So basil, feather stroke that. And the full technique is 3 sets of 3 inches. Think, 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 think. 3 little 3 inches stroke all the way up the back 3 times. And then 6 inches.
Baby, is it okay?
3 times.
Yeah.
And then 12 inches 3 times. So
Mommy, it's turning orange.
it's not orange, honey. It's just her back's warming up. And then the marjoram. I'm hoping you are again looking up these oils and getting to know them. These are some powerful oils. The benefit of doing them in order is that they're put in order for a reason, because the first oils that you put in, oregano, thyme, basil, wintergreen, marjoram, those are going into her cells. And okay, actually I'm seeing her getting a little more, so I'm going to get B6 and just
Can I try rubbing it?
She might be very patient for me right now because we're on camera. So I just put some B6 because I also noticed her.
Ooh, it's spreading.
Yeah, it's good. Look at that. It's all getting in there. So they go in and they clean out the cells and get all the misinformation that comes from toxins in our environment, comes from emotional stuff, and it can go in there and like mess up our cells. So the first oils in the Raindrop Technique go in and clean that out, and then the following oils, cypress, peppermint, marjoram, they go in and they restore and repair our cells. So having them in order has that benefit, but again, they are magical and they know what to do. So just getting them on your child in one way or another that works for your child is of super benefit. So okay, we did marjoram. Cypress goes on, and you kind of sprinkle cypress around, and then you do some funny different movements which involve really shaking them and moving them.
I love this one.
You like this one? This one is called finger straddle saw stretch. I go like this because I'm not pushing on her spine. It's just her body. That's just her body. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. If they don't like it, move on to something else, but it's just stimulating all the muscles and the nervous system along here. And then another one that you do is you do a thumb Vitaflex. So you're doing pad, tip, nail up and down their spine on either side of their spine. So I'm not touching her spine. I'm just going up and down. And
But it feels like you are.
yeah. Do that 3 times. And then, so that's stimulating everything. Then spine, stretch and quiver. I'm going on either side of her spine, kind of like cupping over it. So I'm not pushing directly on her spine. I'm cupping. Can you kind of see that? Yeah. And then I'm pushing apart that way and shaking. So this is also stimulating her lymphatic system and just waking everything up. So I do that a couple times.
I'm really.
You can get these steps, okay? These steps I can get to you. I'm just trying to show them to you really fast. Then finger circles. Oh, you can also add in other oils too. Especially if your child is working on something emotional, you can grab in one of those wonderful emotional oils.
What
like,
about emotion?
Yes, emotion stuff like harmony is a good one, gratitude, release, grounding, forgiveness, stress away, anything from the feelings kit, or if you have the book on releasing emotional patterns with essential oils and you know that your child is working through an emotion, now is a good time to add that in, and then you just do the same thing, finger stroke it in, feather stroke, whatever this thing is called. You're just distributing the oils, and then you kind of go out. This is a really gentle touch, and they like it. It's relaxing, it's calming. Most of the time, especially this one, falls asleep, just completely falls asleep on the table because we do it right before bedtime, and then it's nice. They just get to rest and let the oils do their work. You do want to make sure that they've been drinking water that day. Remember, this is a big detox for your body, so making sure that they're drinking a lot of water and eating clean, so avoiding processed foods. Basically, a clean diet is almost a plant-based diet. I mean, that's a plant-based diet is a clean diet. So as close to that as possible around the raindrop days, you know, 3 days to a week on either side of your raindrop is going to give you even more benefits because your body won't have to work harder to process the foods that are harder to process. And those start with processed foods are going to be really hard on your body. And then it goes down, you know, through like meats and nuts and dairy and things that are just harder for your body to process. It basically means your body's having to focus on processing those foods rather than other stimulation that it's coming maybe in the form of viruses or bacteria. If your body's preoccupied trying to handle the food that you're putting in, then it's not going to have energy to be able to focus on the other threats that are coming in from our external environment. So when I give a raindrop, I want to make sure that they're getting the full benefit of it, and that means keeping their bodies clean around that time so that the oils can just get in and detox. They might have, especially if it's around their first time or they haven't been eating very clean or doing very well lately, they might have some diarrhea, they might have just detoxing symptoms. So look up detox symptoms and get an idea of what that might be. They might be tired, grouchy, but you know what? On the other side of that, on the other side of detox is a wonderful, healthy, clean feeling. So for all of us, getting through the detox process by supporting ourselves with lots of water, lots and lots of water. You know, the morning after a night out, you need lots of water. That's your detox. You have to clean your body back so that you can get strong again. So anyways, there's some other movements that involve like this, one of my favorites. Oh, this one feels so good. You just do round circles, nice pressure all the way around the back. That feels really good. You can come over to the top of the base of her skull where your neck meets your head, and there's the ridge there. You can kind of grab that and just lightly pull, kind of stretch her out a little bit. Lightly pull it.
Oh, how much do you grow after a raindrop?
How much do you grow after a raindrop? So she's seen us teach this class to adults. If you're an adult and you're going to get a raindrop for the first time, measure yourself first, because people grow anywhere from 1/4 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch after a raindrop, because you're totally decompressing the spine and unlocking all the stuff that's been stored in here for years and years and years. And so you grow to basically to be your normal height, the height we're supposed to be. We get compressed by our lifestyle from sitting and not exercising, not holding ourselves up the way we should hold ourselves up, that sort of thing. So then we would do more Valor at the end. Just get this Valor out of the bottle and onto her. Valor has done some amazing things for my family. It's one of my favorite oils. I have seen their bodies heal from falls, from big falls where their legs are, different lengths as a result of such a big fall. Putting Valor up along their spine, and a couple hours later, they're fine. So I will not live without Valor. So I'm just feather stroking it back up, not really counting. I'm just getting it on her and putting it out. Then the last oil in the Raindrop Technique is Peppermint. Peppermint, as you know, you've maybe experienced this with your kids, is very cooling to the skin. And so a lot of kids, a couple of years ago, they were not okay with peppermint unless I had a carrier oil. So, and the last thing that you do after peppermint is you put a warm cloth, a warm towel over the back and you cook the client. So I'm going to only use 1 drop of peppermint on her.
Mommy, you did that the whole pot of hot water.
I did.
You had a cloth, so why don't you do the cloth too?
Yes, I will do the cloth. Do you like the cloth?
Yes.
Okay. So that was kind of a lot, so I'm going to take some and give it to myself because I don't want too much stimulation with that. But so then I'm going to just finger stroke it out. If you have the time, do the three times up with 3 inches, 3 times up with 6 inches, 3 times up with 12 inches, and really distribute these oils. I'm rushing because I know your kids are asleep and you only have so much time to watch this video. So that's the peppermint. And then full length strokes are really nice too. You can kind of go all the way up. I'm still being really careful about her neck just because she's younger. My kids are obviously old enough to be able to tell me how they feel. So I can depend on that. Okay, so I'm over here. I brought in a pot with a towel in it with water. And
wait, Mommy, first you need this.
Oh yeah, thanks. Can you do that?
With a big towel.
This is still really hot.
Oh yeah. You'll put on the back. Okay, now wait for the hot towel.
Yeah, actually, can you double it? Because this is still pretty hot. I thought it would cool down by now.
Well, maybe you were rushing too much, so you didn't have a chance to cool.
I did talk kind of fast, didn't I? So obviously the towel should be comfortable for you to touch. So it's still pretty warm, so I'm going to just let it air out a bit. But it's just this is a big one, but it's just a hand towel. And you fold it so that it's the length of their spine, up and down, and then
I can't even feel it.
You can't feel it. Okay, so I put the towel under it also, just because it was pretty warm when I took it out.
That's exactly what I told her.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, honey.
But now it's not.
Do you feel it getting warm?
No.
Okay. Well, it's there.
I'll make it get warm.
Okay. Okay, then you would put a blanket over them or another child.
Now I can feel it.
Now she can feel it. Thank you, Olivia. That works. So
I can feel it.
Then you would put a blanket over them and let them rest. For an adult, you let them rest 5 to 8 minutes. But even with an adult, you're still listening and waiting to hear, how they're doing. And if they're stirring and they're restless and they want to get up, then you help them up. But for a kid, even if she falls asleep here, I would come in after 5 minutes and take this off of her and just leave the blanket on and let her rest, get her into bed. So let's see. Do you guys have any questions? If you do, can you unmute yourself and ask me questions?
Adina, your mouth is open. Hi.
Okay, so neither of you are unmuting yourself. That's either because, Heather, are you there?
I am. I
Hi,
just wanted to say thank you.
welcome.
As soon as I got on there, I grabbed my Raindrop kit and started putting it on my feet, and I already feel better.
Good.
And I put some on Liza while she's napping. I didn't realize that about the ortho ease, so thank you for mentioning that. I totally put it on her foot while she was asleep.
Yeah, this kit is a really wonderful kit to have because huh?
Oh, sorry, my phone's have a loud background. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. These two oils come in the kit, and these will last you a really long time. V6 is in our living room, just because it's a carrier oil, and so it's easy to grab if anybody's getting hot from cinnamon or something like that, or if we want to make our own massage oil with this and some other oil. This is also it's almost empty in our living room just for massages in general. But yeah, for the little kids, it makes it easy Raindrop. And then also, besides all of the oils that I just used, there's another blend that comes in the kit, and that's Aroma Seas. And Aroma Seas also actually has a lot of the oils in it as well. So it's almost a raindrop in a bottle. So if you get the kit, you not only have a very easy introduction, but then you could use this as a second, or all of the oils. And like you're doing to yourself, like if at the end of a long night, long day, 24 hours,
Exactly.
however long you've been awake, like sit down and take these oils out and do this to your feet. And just do one oil at a time and give you some mama love and some mama care that you need. Because, Lord knows sometimes it's only us caring for ourselves. So
Yeah, we need it.
True that.
Sheree, did you have any questions?
I don't know, not at the moment, but I really appreciate the video.
Oh, good. Okay, I'm glad. I'm going to end the recording. So thank you, but don't hang up yet. Thanks everybody for watching the recording.